Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Soon as we step out the cage, we raising all of the stakes. Made no mistake, either you stay in your place or we putting you on a plate. Look at our face, we put the fear in the dirt. We had to struggle for change, pick up the pace. We put in infinite work.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Spot Real Talk. My name is Tiara.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Ron.
And we are back today to recap another episode of Force. This time around, it's season 2, episode 5, and it was titled Crown Vic. Before we jump into this episode, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel, click that notification bell and that like button. So do all those things, help support our channel, help us grow, and tell your friends and family they need to get on the bus too and come join the Spot Real Talk. So now we got our house cleaning out the way. Let's go ahead and jump into this episode because I think this might have been my favorite one this season so far. And we do have a special treat up our sleeves because we got to interview with the director for this episode, Lisa Domain. So look out for that episode dropping soon. That interview will be coming your way in maybe a few hours.
Yeah. Right.
Set your clock to it.
Yeah. So it's awesome to see what they're doing with this season because this episode had me on the edge of my seat.
I'm gonna say I think it's gonna be hard to beat. I know look, after watching episode 5, I shouldn't say that, but I'm telling you, episode 5 took me back to Power original days, and I'm like, I was feeling episode 5 like nobody's business. So I don't know.
So where do you guys want to start? Do you want to start with the titled Crown Vic? Because I thought that was a play on words. Everybody in the hood know the old Crown Vic, the cars, but It's like Crown Vic, the character, because he's coming for the crown.
Yeah, he's coming for the crown. And
anywhere we start.
He is the king now. I mean, Claudia thinks she thinks she's the queen.
Yeah,
but Dublin's eyes, he's gonna be king.
Yeah,
right.
She can't be the queen while Vic is alive.
But we know what's happening at the end of the story, and Vic. Well, anyways,
we might as well go ahead and talk about it now because that was a big moment.
No, it was. I think wherever we start, it's gonna be good because the whole daggone thing was good. So flip a coin and let's just get at it. I don't know.
Yeah, we can go and roll with the Flynns first because we've been building up this storyline with Claudia and Vic and them wanting to kill their father. And so that was the whole scheme this week. They partnered up with Brendan Doyle and they had this grand plan to bring in this henchman who was supposed to be the apocalypse, but he was one of the first ones to get taken out.
That's what I said. I was like, so much for the apocalypse.
Yeah, so he was supposed to come in and do the job. But there was some treachery at work because Claudia had other plans once, Brendan kind of force-fed her the truth and was like, look, I don't care what you do to your father, they still are not going to recognize a woman as being the boss as long as your brother's around.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Well, I always had a special little space in my heart for Claudia because she's been so I know Tiffany, like, I got you. I see the head roll. I understand. I'm saying.
I'll let you finish.
But I mean, only because she was so mistreated by her dad. And I got a daughter, and I would never mistreat my daughter like that. So there was a little special. I mean, a minute, very small, special place in my heart for her until. Go ahead, Tiff, because I know you.
I was about to say until
she
decided that she was going 2-time Victor, basically get him caught up.
She's foul. First of all, she's foul. Listen, she killed Liliana, so that was another strike against her from me,
Yeah,
and then the fact that she she is gonna double cross her own brother. Like,
right there.
It's bad enough that you say that Walter did her wrong. He did Vic wrong too. He was a terrible father to both of them, not just Claudia. I appreciate Claudia's moxie that she's, that she wants to do something for herself and everything, and I get that, but she is, the way she's going about it is treacherous, especially trying to set her brother up like that.
No, it was. I mean, that was diabolical. I agree. I just think more so with Vic, he wanted to leave Vic, the jewels, the crown jewels. It's father son thing. I got it. I get that. No, I got that. I really do.
He racist and sexist, so and Dublin was too. So it made sense for him to want to leave it to Victor.
Right.
But it's just the way he played Claudia, just to get Claudia to do his bidding. But like you said, when we've discovered that Claudia was going to set her brother up just to get, just to be queen. I mean, I can't think of. Well, we discussed that though. I think Tiffany, episode or two ago, you may have mentioned something to the effect of what Claudia might do to get ahead.
Yeah, I thought so, but I told you. I mean, I mentioned it when you watch our interview with Lisa Domain. I think that even if she was to kill Vic and she would present herself to Dublin, I still don't think they would accept her. No. They might use her, but they would never accept her as queen. And who knows, with Walter and if Vic was to die, they might find a way to kill her too and just roll over her and take whatever she had to offer. I don't trust that they would ever respect her like that.
Right. Now I want to. Oh, sorry. Well, I was going to say I want to talk a little bit about the actual death scene because it was intense, and I thought that it was very, very fitting that Victor was the one to kill Walter instead of having the henchman do it, because that's a changing point for him, and it truly was like a revenge for what happened to Gloria.
Did you get the impression that? Think about it? But did you get the impression that Walter might have had some semblance of knowing that if it was going to go down like that, that's probably how it was going to go down? I didn't see Walter being as surprised as I think I would have been, to see my son put a bullet in me. But you don't
treat your sons like Walter,
right? I was about to say, Walter
you would be surprised if your sons tried to do that to you. Walter, no, he ain't, ish. So
right.
He knows and stuff, and the thing is, both Vic and Claudia love Paulie, Uncle Paulie. Like even Claudia was like, Uncle Paulie is there, get him out. Right. Like she didn't want anything to happen to him. Neither one of them wanted anything to happen to him. And the fact that when Paulie got killed, that incensed Vic even more, because it was like, this is all on you, old man.
And it also shows just how venomous she is, because she should have really known that Vic could not have pulled Paulie out at that particular point in time. What was he supposed to say? Hey, Paulie, let's go grab dinner at McDonald's. I mean,
he tried. He did.
It was nothing. It was nothing he could say, because Paulie is. I mean, he's the right arm of Walter. Look, so
I was shocked Paulie even returned to rejoin Walter after what he said.
Listen, I told you I'd have called Dublin myself. The stuff he said, but he's family oriented and he's loyal. And Walter didn't deserve it, but he was right there by his side. And Paulie went out with a G too, like a G.
He did.
Paulie had 2 guns. I was like, look at Paulie.
Yeah. But 2 guns in the middle of the daggone area,
and out in the open.
Out in the open. Yeah, this ain't the Wild Wild West, Paulie. I mean, you were asking for a bullet.
Right.
So, Walter came out busting with the shotgun. Like, he did his thing too.
We got to shout out Tommy Flynn again for his performance. Pretty much this whole series. Like, he really has been crushing it. So he went out in a blaze of glory, and I think that the fact that his son killed him, I'm like, power, keep the theme going. The children killing their fathers.
I was not mad at Walter. Half shotgun will travel. I mean, he got that sawed-off barrel, and that boy was blowing up everything in sight. So look, when you got to do what you got to do, he did it. Unfortunately,
Yeah, he was a G too. He was a G.
No, he was. He came out like a G. So I got that. I'm liking that. But that's why this episode was so darn good. Because I mean, you just didn't see. I mean, every direction.
It was really good, and I did not expect Vic to go through with it because for a minute there, it looked like he was going renege, and I was like, I said, but he did it. I was like,
he sure did. But see, now this changes things because what he did next, he goes and he talks to the police and tells them that he doesn't want Claudia to die. He wants her to go to jail and actually suffer. But there's a trade-off there because it requires him to also give up Tommy, and he agreed to that. So I'm like,
I don't believe he actually really
gonna go through with the Tommy portion
of it? No, because he knows how Tommy rolls. I think he's thinking that he could double cross. Maybe he thinks that he can play like he gonna do that. But
it might work out in Tommy's favor because he and Diamond last week with that Seamus situation, they needed an inside man.
They need an inside. My son said the same thing. He was like, they need an inside man. Vic can be the inside man. But the thing is, he better put Tommy on the game fast because it looked like he double dealing. You saw that Tommy pulled up on Diamond quick. He was going to cancel Christmas on Diamond. So if he's going to be a double agent, he better clue Tommy in now.
Look, Tommy was a couple of minutes from, just often D-Mac. So, So my boy Vic better have Tommy on speed dial. And the moment he leaves and says, look here, this is what we're doing. I got you. If he doesn't do that, Tommy won't buy anything he says. If Tommy sees him talking to the feds, forget about it.
No, right. Speaking of D-Mac, when they snatched D-Mac up and they took him out of town for a minute there, I was like, are they taking him to Stansfield?
It looked like it for a second, right?
Yeah, I thought they were taking him to Tariq's school for a minute.
That might have been the backyard of Tariq's school. Who knows?
Yeah, but I got to give D-Mac the hands. D-Mac was off there. Like, why couldn't you just stay in place? Does he not understand the gravity of what he just did? No. And he want to be out here chasing tail? Like, come on now.
Yes, chasing tail.
Come on now.
And Kate too. Kate violated too.
Well, but you got to understand with Kate. Kate's a grandmother. And she didn't understand. She didn't know what was going on.
She didn't know what was going on. But he said, Tommy said, you can't tell Kate.
No, he can't.
Kate had only been sober like 10 days.
Right.
Yeah, but so she's still, and you see what happened when that situation happened. I was like, she gonna relapse, and I knew it because I was like, she was devastated about the grandson, and I was like, but Tommy, he knows his mom, and he told JP, like, you want to keep him safe, you got to make sure, because even Tommy was trying to make Diamond think that he's gone, because Diamond basically said, like, you better take care of what, or I'm gonna have to. So I was like, wait a
minute. But now my question with that is, initially I thought Diamond figured that Tommy would take D-Mac out, and he said, do whatever you had to do. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, maybe it's not that way. Maybe he knew that Tommy wouldn't hurt him, but Tommy would get rid of him. Look, I wouldn't put my house on it, but it just didn't. I'm like,
Diamond shocked me this episode.
I'm saying,
But you know what? I was talking to my son, and he was just like, Diamond wrong for saying that about, and I said, whoa, wait a minute. I said, Tommy threatened his brother. He threatened Jenard. Jenard wasn't off limits, so why would D-Mac be off limits?
Right.
So I'm like,
in his mind, he's like, I did my part. I got rid of the body. All you got to do is keep your nephew quiet. If he can't stay his butt in the house, then
yeah. But all he had to do was sit still, and D-Mac can't do that. He out on the block like everything's sweet, and it's not. So when he said it, I was like, oh, No, he didn't say that. It was like, uh-oh.
Right.
And you heard Tommy, and Tommy knew what that meant. That's why he got rid of him. And he said he gone and everything. But when he said gone, he ain't let Diamond know he's still alive. And Diamond said, well, that's on you. You know, that's all you. Like if you did something to your own nephew, you know. But I think something's gonna happen.
I think so too. But the thing is that now with Kate relapsing, is she gonna try to do something to seek revenge against Tommy for hurting her grandson, or to JP too? Because JP backed Tommy up, like he's still beside him.
Well, but you know, here's the thing: when JP backed Tommy up, you know, JP does not know that Tommy is a killer. Kate knows that Tommy is a killer,
right?
But JP doesn't know. So he knows that Tommy took him somewhere and everything. So he has no reason to suspect or think that Kate thinks that he's actually like dead, or that Tommy would do something to him.
See, because I don't know.
JP doesn't know that side of Tommy.
He may not, but Kate really put on an act here in episode 5 because she bought that hook, line, and sinker, thinking that D-Mac was dead. And I'm thinking that JP, I don't know. You're right.
Somebody needs to tell her the truth.
Yeah,
I thought they should have told the truth, but
yeah, because I can't
believe.
see. Well, JP was all set to take up for D-Mac when Tommy had him jacked up in the corner. But then I'm thinking, okay, you didn't like that, but you're okay with Tommy taking him out and, never
seeing him? But he don't, he knows that Tommy ain't take him out.
Well, how does he know that? So,
Tommy, I think Tommy got him on board. He was like, it's the best thing. He got him on board. He knows that he's stashed somewhere.
He had to got him on board.
It's Kate that don't know that he's stashed somewhere. And it's JP that doesn't know that Tommy would kill. Like, I'm sure that Tommy ain't told JP about that he killed Holly and all these other folks. Like, he don't know that side of Tommy.
But Kate being back on that stuff, I wouldn't put it past Kate.
That's why I think Kate gonna be out of here
telling
too.
JP and telling JP, you don't know who my son Tommy is.
You don't know exactly.
And I can see that happening.
She might get killed, or she could overdose.
Yeah.
Like I think that Kate's days are numbered too. Because especially if what if I don't know if gets a hold of the phone or whatever, D-Mac, we try to call her or whatever.
Well, he's gonna reach out. He's gonna find somebody in that academy is gonna have a phone, and he's gonna borrow that phone.
He better chill out if he knows what's good for him. So hopefully Big Smurf can keep a tight grip on him. Tommy let D-Mac know that, look, I got eyes on you 24/7, so don't try nothing. So hopefully things work out with him being down there at the horse farm. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about Diamond and his situation that he had going on this week, because he got shot at, in the diner, and so it's obvious that it was Jenard's dudes that were retaliating. So they went off and joined a whole nother street gang, and it's just like all of this violence that's escalating is drawing heat. And they come up with this idea that Diamond had previously had before to join all the crews back together and have like this coalition. So they reach out to Diamond's former buddy in jail, and they trying to arrange this deal, but he wants half of the jail business. And I'm like, that's nuts. They just got that business going.
He just took the phone and hung up. I hollered when I saw that.
Yeah, and I thought it was quite stupid that he hung up the phone too. And as we see later, he came around. But you know what? Giving up half the jail business, why not? Because what's his name? Kilo or whatever it is? Kilo. I mean, he's in jail. I mean, he's right there. Why not give him half? So
did y'all see that he was Kilo was Big Baby, the basketball player?
No, I didn't recognize him.
Yeah.
Was he Big Baby? I didn't see
it.
That's funny. Well, he was definitely a big boy. I was looked like he might weigh a kilo. He was buff.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, that ain't one you probably want to cross. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. Tommy, like you said, he did agree to it eventually, but I think Tommy has another angle. I don't know if he's gonna give up his business just that easy.
Well, I mean,
No,
I
think he said that to appease Diamond, because he said it right after he said he got rid of D-Mac.
Right.
So I
was like, oh, Tommy running game. That's what I thought. Yeah. I was like, he's trying to smooth things over.
Right. No, I don't know.
Tommy, that's why I was like, he got another angle with that one.
You cannot. I love watching him because you cannot figure him out. You think he's going left and he's actually circling you. So I think he's just trying to figure things out, do what he got to do to protect his family and stuff. But
yeah,
you saw what happened. I told you about Diamond and Jenard.
Well, yeah, and it's because of Pops.
It's
obvious that they didn't have the best relationship with their father, but he did say some stuff about how Diamond was always the stronger one, and he felt like Diamond didn't need him. So Jenard was the one that needed more looking after and whatnot. And I think, even though they had their differences, those words really touched Diamond in a way, because he was kind of like, okay, underneath all of that anger and vitriol that you felt towards me, it was because you really felt like I didn't need you. And he kind of got to the root of why they had that feud going on.
Because he saw himself in him. He was a street dude too.
Right.
He looked at Diamond as being a street dude, and he also blamed Diamond for Jenard being in the game.
Yes,
because Jenard was supposed to go away on the baseball scholarship or something. He wasn't even in the game, and he took over once Diamond went inside. So the dad blamed Diamond for that.
But I'm also going to give Diamond a solid, because he embellished the story about what his dad actually said, and that really brought Jenard in. You know what I'm saying?
He's being a big brother.
He was being a big brother.
Blood is sticking in water. He was like,
I got it. Because when he did that, I'm like, okay, big man, okay, I see.
Yeah, I said he's doing, and that's why I said Jenard coming back into the fold. I told y'all last week. I'm like. Yeah, you said you couldn't see it. I
still don't see it though, Tiff, because I'm saying, look, I see it as far as Jenard and Diamond are concerned, but Tommy and Jenard,
that's the problem.
That's the problem. That's what's going to happen. I think it's the way it's lining up. It might be Jenard and Diamond against Tommy. It may be.
Wow.
It may be.
You know what? I don't think so. Let me say this: Jenard won't see Tommy coming.
Yeah.
Jenard's gonna piss him off to a point, and he won't see Tommy coming.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see that happen, because I like the relationship between Tommy and Diamond and stuff. But at the end of the day, Jenard is his brother, and if they can't get on the same page, like, I think what's gonna happen is that Vic is gonna come into the fold, but it's just a matter of whether Vic is really trying to snitch, or if he's trying to run game on the feds. That's what we got to see, what Vic's real angle is. And then Jenard is also going to be in the fold because of CBI, because of Diamond.
The only thing with Jenard is he come with a lot of baggage.
Yes.
So we've seen this week what he did to a so-called old friend of his.
Manny.
He walked right up into the neighborhood that he has been kicked out of,
banished,
right? And then broad daylight rolls up into this chick's whip and steals the 2 packs of drugs. So it's like, how bold?
And pistol whipped her and robbed her for her chain. I was like,
you got to
be down bad and fat.
No, you just got to be high on something to get 2 blocks out of that neighborhood. 2 blocks.
He shouldn't have made it out of that neighborhood.
Really. Because all Manny really had to do was scream bloody murder, and he'd have been shot so many times he'd look like Swiss cheese. So, but I don't even know why she didn't say anything. That right there was another.
I think she was scared, because he had the gun on her too.
Yeah, but everybody out in the street had a gun.
But he was like, he didn't look like he was playing.
No, I'm saying when he walked away, and I'm sure she had a piece on her too. I mean, I can't imagine she being out there without something.
Right,
So,
right.
So it was an interesting piece that they didn't follow through with. Maybe they will the next
well,
episode.
You see the dudes when he rolled up, they were like, Manny's chain or
Yeah.
whatever. So I was like, oh,
yeah,
because he is his boys are looking at him real sus because they were already saying like, we hearing Miguel ain't messing with you in the streets, and then you out here you getting high on your own supply stuff. Like he down bad, and he went from like snorting the heroin to
shooting
it up.
needles. He
Yeah, that
did
needle.
needles. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you see, that's the thing. You're done now, because I mean, if you saw how that high hit him, and it hit him like what,
like a ton
2-3
of bricks.
seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, it came down on him hard. So if he continues that road, I mean, he's done.
Yeah,
Because he'll steal from everybody. He'll steal from Diamond. He'll steal from he wouldn't care. I'm gonna tell you, he would cut that shop up, that barbershop up, just to get high. If you know, I don't see Jenard making it out of episode.
He may not, but you know what? It could be somebody that we don't even expect, because it could be Diamond that doesn't make it out.
I can't see that. I hope not, at least, because I actually like Diamond's character, and I did appreciate, what he did this episode. But Jenard is really like, he's bringing, like I said, a lot of baggage, and Diamond isn't even aware of his drug use yet. So it's like you can't help a person that don't want to be helped. Right. And Jenard don't want to be helped. He got all this pride and this ego. Like when he went to the hospital to see his dad, he couldn't even go in there while Diamond was in there. He got so much pride and ego that he digs himself into a hole. And that's why this thing is doomed to fail until they can get Jenard on a tightrope.
Or get him in rehab. And you see that Diamond called Shanti too. So clearly Diamond knows that he and Shanti are cool, or they rock with each other, because he called her to break the news about the father.
And he knew that Shanti would take that information back to
and knew that she would break it to him. Right. I think he know they mess with each other. Yeah, because and even she was like, "You doing something?" And he like, right. Like, yeah, he came in there. He came in there looking like a fiend.
Right.
He did.
So the fact that dad is dead now might send him into a deeper spiral. So I'm just hoping they can get a tight grip on Jenard before it's too late, because it's really not looking good for him. Merkovich is still on his case about the money. The dudes in the streets, like where the re-up at, like you said, like he got lucky at this time by stealing those drugs, but how long can you continue to steal? And you definitely can't steal from Tommy and Diamond.
That's not where you want to go. No. Now maybe, if there's any good out of it for Jenard, maybe he can help Diamond and Tommy come up with a plan to get those boys to hit that cafe that damn near killed Jenard.
Diamond.
I mean, kill Diamond. So if there's any good out of Jenard, maybe he can set up something for that, because they need to get back. They need to get that taken care of real quick.
The thing is, the real problem with this coalition they trying to form or bringing all the gangs together is really going to be Tommy, because in their eyes, Tommy is the one that started all this mess by killing Chewie. And in their mind, they were justified in what they did. All the actions that came after that, they feel like they were justified for what happened to Chewie. So I feel like it really might come down to, we'll come back, but only if Tommy goes, or something like that.
It's getting ready. It's going to be a split. We're going to see what's going to happen. I still think 2-Bit is coming. I think 2-Bit is coming. He gonna pull up. I feel like they're gonna pull up, and when he comes, it's gonna be I think they're gonna work it out that the timing is gonna be like, he probably gonna tell Tommy. No, he didn't tell. He wasn't the one that told Tommy. Kate told Tommy about Monet and stuff, because the letter came to her.
Yeah. Now, you know what? I can see Tommy and 2-Bits coming together if Diamond and Jenard start acting like, blood. I can definitely see Two Bits and Tommy, because now Tommy knows the system. See, so he's in. He knows the system now. So,
and you got the Flynn's out the way for the most part.
Yeah. Well, he got to worry about, but they got to worry about Miguel crazy, and Mercury. And and we saw what happened with Maria's
her boo
and
Kendall.
stuff.
Dr. Kendall ain't doctor no more.
Yeah, and we knew that was gonna happen when she just was like, "Don't worry about it, get in the car." I was like, "Oh, he gonna worry about it." I said, "He already seen too much." I was like, "Oh," I said, "That dude is gonna pay for putting his hands on his sister."
And I don't even did Maria's brother see that? Did he see him grab? I don't think he.
Yeah, I seen her.
Did he see that? Because I thought that was inside, and then when they went outside.
No, they were outside, and that's why he got out the car, and he was like,
"Well, he was sniffing that out anyways, because he can tell."
Yeah, he was watching. Yeah, he
looking
saw
for a reason.
And when Maria said no, she said, said he's not no, said to get in the car, let's go. She left. He didn't do nothing in front of her, but he pulled up on him later, and I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, I don't know what he did,
but
and clearly he didn't know who he was because he said, "What did I do?"
Oh yeah, he and see that's the thing. I mean, both his hands are broken, and he doesn't even know why. But he will when Maria finds out, because she will. I doubt she'll say anything to him, but she will certainly have a word with her brother. But that was some dog stuff. I mean, you broke both his hands. And I think he was a surgeon too. So
he was talking crazy to Maria.
Yeah,
and he had no business putting his hands on her and stuff either.
Yeah, that's hey,
hey.
I'm for that. I mean, brothers, keep
your
hands off these women. You don't know.
I said last week, you run up, you get done up.
Yep.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. This episode had a lot going on, and I think it gives us a lot to look forward to, just because of all of what's gone down, who's going to combine, who's going to split, who's going to betray who. So I think we have a good sense of what can happen, but I think they've left enough where they can still throw us a monkey wrench in there and twist things up.
Yeah.
Well, spoiler alert for our interview with Lisa Domain, when she said, she was like, nobody's safe. So that's why I say, like, we be thinking Jenard, but I'm just like, it could be Diamond.
I think it could be Kate.
It could be JP.
Yeah, I think Kate would be the most likely, only because of her new condition. She went back to the drugs, and what Tommy told her: keep your mouth shut, or else. So I can't see Tommy taking his own mama out, but then I can't see Tommy not taking his own mama out.
I was about to say, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. But
he took his daddy out. Well, he didn't take his daddy out.
But
well,
he wanted to at one point, but I don't put nothing past Tommy. You cross him, and you are fair game.
Or these people could get caught in the crossfire. Like, I mean, I still feel like at some point Miguel and Merkovic, and probably Miguel is going to find out that Diamond and them are moving his weight. They probably, I feel like somehow they're going to find out what they did.
Yeah.
And Miguel and them is going to be trying to come for Tommy and them too.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, it only heats up from here. We at episode 5. This is mid-season. So, familiar with the power formula, it's only heat from here.
Yes. And we got Gary Lennon back at the him, OG power. So,
yep.
I felt it. I'm like, this is power.
Yeah.
This is
OG vibes. Yeah.
Definitely.
So, who are your nominees for who can get the hands this week?
Claudia.
Of course, Claudia. Yeah, we got Claudia.
Claudia, definitely. I think I had already mentioned this, but D-Mac can get the hands.
Yeah, D-Mac can get the hands. D-Mac can definitely get the hands because for not listening.
Who else? Anybody? Jenard, I think he can get the hands. He's just
I think
bugged out.
Can get the hands too. Shoot, Kate for giving him the D-Mac the money and stuff and being disobedient.
I disagree because Kate didn't know, and she was only being a grandmother. So,
he's being a grandmother and he knows that his Uncle Tommy and then told him to stay in the house.
No, D-Mac gets the hand for sure, but I'm saying
yes,
Kate.
but
Kate
she was being disobedient. Like if you don't
undermine
the parent, the uncle, if he had strict rules to stay his butt in the house, and she said, "Oh, did this give you $20?" No, if I say, I would be upset.
Tiffany, you know,
if I tell my child to do something and the grandparent
wait till you become a grandparent. Look, he said she was like, "Oh, you got girl problems," and he told her about this little girl he's trying to hook up with, and she,
I was tight with my mom. I was tight with my mom, and my mom and my son was the apple of her eye.
There you go.
But she was. However, I still would say, like, don't undermine me.
When we get off this show, ask your son if there's something that he and his grandmother kept a secret about that you don't know. I guarantee you. Okay, that's my point.
I'm sure they did.
I think that's Kate's thing, but I think she was trying to make up for lost time.
You better know. You better
know that I also used to say to my mom.
Oh, I bet you did.
Yo, like, don't
I know you did.
I know. Like, if I tell him to do this, especially if he on punishment.
I know.
If he on punishment, which D-Mac was, for the most part, he was being told to stay put. Your grandma don't come and say, "Oh no, you can go outside and go to the store." I mean, that is undermining the parent or the uncle or whatever, and that's why I'm giving her the hands.
Well, we know Kate is on her road to redemption. She trying to make up for lost time.
I do feel bad that she relapsed. I do feel bad that she relapsed. I did not want that because I was rooting for her, and I'm still rooting for her. But she should have done that.
Okay. Well, let's move to the game ball. Who can get the game ball this week?
I give it to Diamond for bringing his brother back into the fold. Being small enough and big enough to give his brother that encouragement about what his dad said and embellishing the story to make him feel better, because I think that's what brought Jenard over, or helped him even more so, I should say. So I would give him the game ball for that. Of course, he fumbles every now and again. I mean, he's like a perfect running back. Hit him too hard and he's going to fumble the ball. But other than that, I'll still give him the ball.
I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm not mad at it. That either. I think he deserves that.
Yeah. So, all right, Diamond gets the game ball. Well, this was a good one. Like I said, one of my favorites so far this season. So, looking forward to seeing what else they got up their sleeve for us. To all the viewers out there, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you drop down in the comment section, give us your thoughts on this episode, as well as predictions for the remaining episodes this season. Also, make sure when our interview drops with Lisa Domain, director for this episode of Force, make sure you check that out. It'll be up in maybe a few hours. And also make sure you subscribe to our channel, like the video, click the notification bell, and invite your friends and family to watch as well. You can keep up with us on social media as well. We're on all major platforms at The Spot Real Talk. So if you guys have anything else to add, now is the time. Got nothing? Okay, well, on that note, thanks again for watching, and make sure you're back here next week for another recap of PowerBook 4 Force. Good night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh. Locked in, don't wanna let me get out. I'ma put you on a bench, you gotta sit out. Hit the street and had a block going crazy. Mama shout, I'm playing with my life and can't nobody save me. Yeah. I got steeds, they can't mess with my technique. Yeah. I'm a OG boy, don't disrespect me. Yeah. War with me, I had your whole gang quarantine. Get the mobs and leave your block spotless like I'm Mr. Clean. Ooh. Back in 2010, I had a plan.